know we're living in an era that is dominated by sport timepieces, and classic watches might not be the first thing on your mind. But trust me, this is a mature advice. Adding a Lange to your collection is pure joy. We're talking about the cheapest entry level from Lange that is still over $20,000. That's where I left it a couple of years ago. I don't know where it's at right now. That's Lange for entry level. These two specific watches belong to a dear friend of mine who's a collector who is crazy about Lange and has a few heavy hitter pieces in his collection, who decided to pass the torch on them. But let me tell you why this specific one is an interesting proposition. It's a $13,000 ask. So hey folks, it's been 3 weeks since I've embarked on this watch detox journey. I've got no watches on the wrist still. I'm not giving up watches completely, so I've read comments on the previous video that, you know, still a watch addict and you should not give up watches. I'm not giving up watches, I'm just taking a break. I think a break is healthy in everything in life, not just watches. For me personally, it's been an eye-opener. It got me to appreciate horology in its finest, most purest form. Let me tell you what I mean. Sure, we all heard the buzz about the watch market taking a hit lately and how it's not exactly great news for watch dealers, watch flippers, but you know what? I've got a different perspective on this. To me, it may come across as the perfect time to actually snag that one watch. And I'm not talking about your high profile Rolexes or Pateks and what's not, the stuff that is extremely high. I'm talking about like just beautiful, interesting watches from historical watchmakers that you wanted to consider. You like them. First and foremost, you like that watch, but you couldn't get in because the entry level watch from that brand was already way above the budget. Those that are understated, that are under the radar, that genuinely brings you true joy. Like you can't help not to stretch a smile when you see these watches. I'm talking about things like these Saxonia that you can get today from the aftermarket for way under their retail price, and they're totally worth it. Let me tell you how. First up, we've got the Saxonia Sin in 18 karat white gold, flaunting a captivating blue copper dial. That's what they call it. There's nothing copperish about it. It's very blue. It's made out of glass, but it's called a copper dial, right? And I honestly think it's interesting. I see why this is a true collector's piece with the reference 205086. I mean, talk about a head turner. This thing is absolutely stunning, man. It's nice. Here's the scoop. The asking price is more reasonable than what you would think. The Blue Dial Saxonia reference 205086 is a collector's dream. It's a boutique limited edition, right? So they sell it at boutiques. It's a boutique's gem. That's what it is. You can't even get it if you want to, right? I don't know if it's discontinued or not. Like, don't quote me for it, but you can get it. You can't walk into Lange and say, can I have this one? That's not gonna happen. The price for this blue dial hovers around retail because it's special, because of that dial, right? Because of everything about it. And this is why gold, again, we're not talking about steel, that is becoming rarer by the day. And even at close to retail price, I still think it's an amazing pick. If blue copper dial is your thing, if you like that. For me personally, the less hyped one, right? The rose gold, 37 mils case size, and it might not be my usual go-to size at all. Few brands can get a size like that right, including the hype ones that can work on a 36, 37 case size and still make it rock on almost any wrist. Trust me, it even suits someone like me with a modest 6.5 inch wrist size. This size is magic. Now let's address the elephant in the room. The rose gold, that's when it becomes interesting, because we said this is over 20K retail. You can check the prices online. I think over 22 actually. This is now a $13,000 deal, and I think it's absolutely worth it for this watch. So he had asked me if I know someone who's interested in them. I would have copped it myself, to be honest, had I not owned the Lange 1, right? I think one Lange is enough, but this is a $13,000 deal, man. These watches are all about simplicity. No fancy bells and whistles here. Just good, sober design that suits someone like me coming off a watch detox. There's nothing special here. It's just thin, very thin, and it's beautiful. It's just time. That's it. Those two options we've got on the table today. Two pre-owned beautiful pieces here. Clean, elegant, and honestly, it is my preferred choice over the 6119R, over the blue copper dial, and the Vacheron Traditional. It shares similar aesthetics, but this would be my pick still because of the price point, man. That's why. If that is practically not a steal, I don't know what is, especially considering the brand and Lange quality that we all know very well. Open case back should have been on the front because that's what Lange is all about. That's where you see the Lange quality and the shine. Had I not had the Lange one, man, I would have picked this one and I would have saved the buck. $13,000 is what you, what's $13,000? That's a Submariner. Would you take a Submariner over this? For you to kind of set your mind straight, right? First of all, when you look at a Lange, you really like watches, right? Because there's no hype about this watch. None of them actually. Both are available in the aftermarket for close to retail, but lower than retail a little bit. So you're buying this watch because you love watches, because you like horology, because it's mesmerizing to look at the back of it, right? And that's the reason why you're getting this watch. And if that's the case and you're looking for one, this is available, and I'll definitely put you in touch with the collector. So just DM me and I'll connect you guys together and you guys can chop it up. He's a reasonable guy, so I'm quite sure you guys will work out an interesting deal. Be quick if you want it, and keep ticking. Peace.